Welcome to a modern-day version of events, The Great Emu Wars 1932. Recommended by Ben Edmondson, narrated by Tim Johnson.
Mate, what a nightmare few years that was. They're calling it World War One. Oh, bloody oath, Cobber. No way in hell we should have believed the government's promises about the armed forces being a safe and rewarding career. They've bloody duped us big time.
I reckon, mate. I'll be bloody glad to get home to Australia. Speaking of which, what are we going to do with ourselves? Well, Albanese's come out and said he'll take care of us if we become farmers and grow wheat and grain for Australians. He's promised he'll give us everything we need to get going, and he'll pay top dollar for our crop. But didn't we literally just agree that we're never going to trust the government again?
Yeah, but this is different, mate. Albo's promised us. Watch this. To all our returning troops who fought so valiantly for their country, Australia thanks you. We welcome you home by offering you a simple life, an offer to farm grain on our fertile land just outside of Perth, Western Australia. I personally guarantee that wheat prices will always remain high, and I promise I will subsidise.
But the land wasn't fertile. It wasn't good for anything, really. Emus and rabbits roamed the land by their thousands. Primitive fencing was set up to protect the few crops that they could grow. In their first year, wheat prices plummeted due to the oversupply from all the new farmers. Blind Freddy could have seen that coming. Also, vegans weren't invented yet, so everyone was still enjoying livestock guilt-free and ignoring bread. Then the government blew up the local fossil fuel power plants for no apparent reason and forced renewable energy on the farmers, which was an unreliable and expensive source of power with lackluster infrastructure. The veterans-turned-farmers called out for more subsidy, but Albo wasn't available. He was busy trying to sneak a Trojan horse into our constitution while dismissing the well-being of 97% of Australians. Despite the challenges, slowly but surely, the time for harvesting their modest crop grew closer. Until...
Oh, mate, I sure would like to get me some of that tasty grain behind those little fences over there. Oh, shit, yeah, bud. Wouldn't that be a good feed? Wait, is that a gap in one of those fences?
I think it is. Get the boys!
Mate, you can't just say boys anymore. What about the girls? What about the emus that identify as a different gender or species entirely? You don't want to get cancelled, do you, mate?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Well, just grab all the bloody emus, the rabbits, everyone. Let's rip the fence apart and get in there. Christmas has come early.
With no help from the preoccupied Albanese, the farmers used what they had to defend their livelihood. Being proficient in the use of machine guns given their recent history, the farmers decided to unload on the emu army, reminiscent of the opening scene in Saving Private Ryan. Not unlike the movie, there were just far too many of the buggers. They just kept coming. The machine guns were no match for the victorious emus. The emus had their way with the crops and forced the farmers to retreat, bringing an end to a government scheme that was always doomed to fail.